Calling all stations. Clear the air lanes. Clear all air lanes for the big broadcast.
Hello, and welcome to the Best Boys podcast. This week, we watched we were supposed to watch the 2015 film The-Hallow.
I watched the 2015 film The-Hallow.
Yeah, so
I watched part of The-Hallow, but it was bad, so
we'll discuss
both movies.
I'm Danny.
And I am Vince.
Oh man, I even sent you literally this morning. I was like, "You watched The-Hallow, right?"
I started watching The-Hallow. Yeah, I know you sent me that text, and I was like, but I was at work, so I didn't really look at it. Where is it? You watched The-Hallow, right? Yeah. Well, I didn't. I watched The-Hallow. And part of The-Hallow.
Well, what else did you watch this week?
Nothing else.
Really?
I didn't watch any other movies this week. Just TV shows.
I watched the 2005 Amityville horror with Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, 2005 Amityville horror remake with Ryan Reynolds. It's a shit movie. Not scary. No one dies. It's a 2005 movie, no spoilers. The only thing that dies is the dog. And Ryan Reynolds kills it. Because he thinks it's a ghost. Also, this is what Ryan Reynolds looks like in the movie.
Sexy.
Yeah, it's he has the best body. It's like, why? He's always dressed like this too. No shirt, pajama pants. For some reason.
Perfect.
Yeah. I watched that, and then Channel Zero we watched.
Oh yeah, we did watch that. That was creepy.
It was good.
It was good.
Channel Zero is a sci-fi original show based off of the creepypasta. This first season is based off the creepypasta Candle Cove.
So I remember we were talking about it when we were watching how Sci-Fi came out with a show that I thought looked kind of dumb, and it was like they made the male character that usually was as a female.
Yes.
It was Van Helsing.
Oh, okay.
I saw it on IMDb, and I'm like, oh, that's what it was.
Fun fact, Van Helsing, not a real person.
Yeah, but the movies and stuff, they were male, so
doesn't matter.
Shut up. I think it does.
Doesn't matter.
We have this conversation.
Are you gonna get mad? Are you gonna get mad when Iron Man's a black girl?
What?
Because in the comic books, Iron Man's a black girl now. Because Tony Stark gave her the Iron Man suit.
Well, if he gives it to her, that's okay. If they make the movie and they show him giving it to her, fine. I don't care. But if it's just traditionally in the other Van Helsing movies that, it's a male, we should probably just continue with it being a male. Unless they, were to show that a male Van Helsing gave birth to a female Van Helsing.
Well, hold on. I'm looking into it. She plays Vanessa Helsing.
Ooh.
That's a shit name. Because there is a female Van Helsing that is the daughter of Abraham Van Helsing. And her name is Liesel Van Helsing. She's in comic books. But you can't... Just something people got to get over is people turning characters into different genders or different races at this point. It's like, it's gonna happen. Again, Tilda Swinton in Doctor Strange is supposed to be an old Asian dude, but it's a middle-aged white chick.
See, that's the other thing. They should have left it. Why wouldn't they? Like, wouldn't it?
I don't know why they didn't.
I feel like it'd make a lot more people happy if they left it.
Oh, it would have, but they just didn't.
It just seems dumb to me. I don't know.
You have to watch it to see if it's dumb. Can't really judge it if you haven't seen it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm guessing it'll be a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it looks good. I just think like they should leave it as like it should just go along with the book or the comic book at this point. For this one, but I mean,
they're gonna change stuff to make it appeal more to people. Marvel is at the point where they can take risks, and people will see their movies anyways. Unlike DC, where they started trying to take risks. They were playing it safe with the originals, and now with the new ones that are going to be coming out, they're gonna change things.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So did you know that let's get into the news part. Fantastic Beasts, what is that called? The Harry Potter movie.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Did you see the news about that?
No.
It's gonna be 5 movies.
5?
They want to make 5 movies.
Okay.
Based off a book that I think is like 100 and something pages. It's a tiny book, but they're like, let's just make it 500 or 505. The book page count 128 pages, and it's going to be 5 movies.
Okay, I think they can do that though. Because you know
they're gonna it's gonna be the first one's gonna be based off the book, and then the rest of them are just gonna be random stuff that Eddie Redmayne's character does.
Yeah, which is okay.
Yeah, it's fine
because it's like, isn't the book about his life or something?
I don't know. I've never read it. I stopped reading Harry Potter books after 6.
Well, I mean, like, I'm thinking like in the movies, because I think it's based it's based off of a book that they have to use that they use at Hogwarts.
Yeah.
So I think it's like about his life or the beast that he found or something during his adventures or something. So I'm guessing it's going to be based off of that. I could be wrong. I don't know. Don't quote me on it, but
I'm looking at this Techno Buffalo article. Franchise across 5 movies. A trilogy makes sense. Kind of, not really. They should just make it one movie based off. Like, if it's one book, just do one movie. But I get this getting annoying.
Yeah, I'm not getting any sound out of it. So.
Oh, gotcha. God, what's it called? If they make it one movie, that's fine. We'll see how it turns out. The first one, it's a Harry Potter movie. It's going to do amazing for opening weekend. Who knows? It could be real bad.
It'll probably, like, if the making a second one will have to be based off of reviews.
Yeah. That's the thing I haven't gotten recently. Greenlighting sequels and, like, second seasons of shows when the first one isn't even out yet.
They must just have, like,
it's based off the hype, usually.
Yeah. Because, like, I like the movie.
Move the. It's just scraping against your beard.
I keep hitting this thing. God.
That's fine.
All right. No, the movie Aragon, based off the book.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the book. Like, the book is my first favorite book of all time now.
Yeah.
And I wish it was more like the book. And they like the things that they changed were it was just they changed too much out of it that to make it. I don't know. Like they could have done better with it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same thing. But there was no sequel, obviously.
No, they. I think the first one.
The first one was horrible. Like it was bad. It was horrible.
I think it bombed. That's why.
Probably wouldn't doubt it.
I didn't see it.
But and then it's also because there's I mean it's a book that was kind of, it's not like the most read book ever like Harry Potter was.
That was a popular book when I was in like.
Was it?
Whatever grade. It's 2006, 10 years ago, 11. Yeah, like when I was like 10, 9, that was a popular book. Everyone was reading it.
Oh yeah.
The budget for it was $100 million, and it made domestic $75 million, so it was a flop. But worldwide, foreign, it made $174 million.
So at least they got back what.
Yeah, they got back their money, but it was still a flop.
Yeah.
They don't go. They usually just go off the domestic. So yeah. Getting more Harry Potter. Don't worry about that. I mean, it's not Harry Potter, but we're getting more magic stuff.
It's gonna be probably really cool.
It's what people are thinking is it's gonna be based during the Great War that they talk about. The magic, it's like a magic war. I don't know. It's something I read. With it's gonna have a young Dumbledore, and it's gonna show him falling in love with the guy that he falls in love with.
I didn't. Wait, what Great War? Was that like talked about in the Harry Potter books?
Harry Potter War.
That's gonna give you like the Harry Potter
Great War. Second Wizarding War. First Wizarding War. The First Wizarding War was a major conflict with foundations as early as the 1940s. But it officially began in 1970 and ended in 1981. So I think that's the one they're going to be going off of. And it marked the original reign of Voldemort. The Order of the Phoenix, Albus Dumbledore, yeah. So Albus is Dumbledore, yeah. So I think they're gonna do that one. That's what people are saying. They're gonna be doing something with that.
I'm trying to see like what the time period this one's supposed to be.
The movie?
Yeah, the Fantastic Beasts is supposed to be in.
And so that'll be something. I don't know what it'll be, but that'll be something. Let's go to this. So, this is on Slash Film. Surprising news that wasn't just going to start a new trilogy, but the first film will become a 5-film series from J.K. Rowling. And Albus Dumbledore is going to be in it. What a surprise.
I can't remember.
There's a, what's his name? God damn it. Ewan McGregor said he wants to make two, I think, standalone Obi-Wan movies. The guy who played Obi-Wan. Mm-hmm. And he was good. He's a good actor. I like Ewan McGregor.
Big Fish, good movie.
Big Fish, Train Spotting, good movie. Moulin Rouge. I would watch those. I would watch movies about Obi-Wan if it didn't have midichlorians and Jar Jar Binks characters. Like that's all that matters is they don't throw those guys in there and it's good. Just talk about even get Liam Neeson back maybe. So it's like him training Obi-Wan before he gets killed by Darth Maul. That like up to the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fun to watch. Or even after the third one, in that time period between, what was Obi-Wan doing? He's not having a stroke. Yeah?
Sorry. Website didn't know that was gonna happen.
God damn it. No. Ride Along 3. You know the Ice Cube
I still have to see the second one.
Kevin Hart series. Ride Along 3 is gonna be a movie coming out.
Good.
Kevin Hart is gonna milk every single franchise he's in until
What
they
other
burn
one
up.
has he milked?
Oh God, there was shit. Kevin Bart. That's what I searched.
I still can't believe there's gonna be another Jumanji.
Well, you know what the plot of this Jumanji is, right?
No.
It's based after. It's not like a remake.
Yeah.
They are I think looking because I think The Rock is like looking for Jumanji, like something to do with it, like what makes it do what it does.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It doesn't have a plot on IMDb. I feel like it's gonna be good. It's got a great cast: Dwayne Johnson, Karen Gillan, Kevin Hart,
Gillan. Oh, my heart.
Jack Black.
Jack Black.
Love Jack Black. Nick Jonas. Okay.
Yep.
Yep. He's a person.
Alex Wolf.
Yeah, I gotta get those Naked Brother Band guys in there.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Karen Gillan. Oh. Man. I'm just happy now. So...
Yeah.
What else? All Kevin Hart has been making into a series is the ride-alongs.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's gonna. I feel like no, he's not gonna. He's gonna milk movies with the same people. Is what I should say.
Okay, like Adam Sandler does.
Like, yeah, I feel like he's gonna start doing.
But
Adam
Kevin
Sandler.
Hart's got a way better lineup than Adam Sandler.
Very true, but Adam Sandler had a great lineup. It was a great lineup when he started.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s. Back in the 90s, people would have killed to see Grown Ups 2. Let's see. Quentin Tarantino is going to be researching the 1970s for his next project. Who cares? There was a lot of controversy around the Mulan live-action movie, which was announced. Another live-action Disney movie.
Wasn't Aladdin announced too?
I don't
I thought
think
you
so.
sent me something that said Aladdin.
I don't
was
think
announced.
Aladdin was announced.
I thought maybe it was something. I don't know because I saw on when you sent it to me on Slack. Yeah. Disney's live-action Aladdin to be directed by Guy Ritchie. You sent me that.
Okay. Guy Ritchie, who obviously directed the Sherlock Holmes movies with Robert Downey Jr. and something else. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. So it might not be a good movie. But apparently they were going to. I'm gonna look this up.
Because that's where I saw the actual thing for Aladdin. Fire alarm.
I don't know what that is. No, fire alarms would all be going off. I think it's just other thing. It's okay. It's not anywhere, but the controversy was Pocahontas was going to be not about Pocahontas. It's going to be about a white male protagonist saving Pocahontas, which technically happens in the movie, but that's all it was going to be. She was going to be the side character. They're going to make it pretty much John Smith, right? That's his name?
I think so.
I was going to say Jon Snow, but that's...
That's wrong.
Just Jon Snow shows up, finds out who his real dad is. The end.
I thought you said you didn't watch those.
I don't watch them, but I know... I listen to enough podcasts and watch enough YouTube stuff to know general ideology.
Gotcha.
Okay, so you wanted to start talking about movies?
Yeah, might as well.
All right.
And now, our feature presentation.
So we both watched different movies. The movie we're supposed to watch is The-Hallow, which is a 2015 British-Irish horror film directed by Corin Hardy, written by Hardy and some Philippe Marino. It is a British-Irish co-production film. That's not the plot. This is a very long plot. It's about a guy who goes to study a forest before it gets chopped down for the lumber, and he finds some stuff. He finds a deer up against the wall, and it has the stuff on it. Yada, yada, yada. You learn about that it's The-Hallow. You watched.
I watched The-Hallow, which was about... So if you go on IMDb, it was a TV movie.
Yep.
So if you go on IMDb, there's not a lot of characters in it at all.
Sarah, Marley, and Emma are going to her Aunt Cora, but something happened. People are going to die one by one from a strange creature. It's one only way to survive from the creature to hide till dawn. That's a weird sentence. It's one only way to survive.
Yeah. Okay, so pretty much the movie was about the three sisters. Their parents were, I guess, apparently, like, they burned alive. Like, they burned in in a car crash or something.
Because of the-Hallow?
No.
Oh, I see. The thing's on fire, so that's why.
No, this was before that. This is what causes them to have to go to to their aunts who live on this island where the-Hallow is.
Yeah.
And the-Hallow the legend was that the-Hallow were actually witches that got burned on the island, and while they were getting burned, they sent off they said one last spell, and every 100 years they come back. So 1915 was the last time it happened. Now it's 2015. Whoa, release date. That they have this happening again, where the-Hallow is killing everybody in town, but it saves a few of them to feed off of. And the whole time, all you hear is, Emma! 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 Where are you, Emma?
Which is one of the sisters.
No, both of the sisters saying that.
No,
Emma was one of the sisters. And
they're not just randomly saying Emma.
Yeah.
Fun fact, the girl who played Emma was in Percy Jackson.
She was young Annabeth. Yeah, I already knew that. But anyway, so yeah, it was them going to that island that brought the-Hallow ended up being there, and just they find their aunt dead in her car, and that was actually how it started. Was her aunt was buying their aunt was buying food for them, and because there was gonna be a storm coming, and she didn't want to be stuck without food for all of them, so. But her dog is going crazy in the car, and she stops the car, lets the dog breaks through the window, runs into the woods, and then the lightning strikes, and then there's ashes that come up, and she's like, "Oh no!" There's a legend behind it.
She knew it was the-Hallow.
Yeah, because there was a legend behind it, and there was the guy she was talking to at the store was very superstitious, and kind of had a feeling it was gonna happen. It did.
So the-Hallow is kind of the same thing. It's a legend that all the townspeople believe.
Yeah, so I did watch part of the Hallows, and I did notice that there was a legend.
They say the Hallow are fairies.
Oh.
Did you see what they looked like?
No.
Or did you not get... Okay. So they were like these, I don't know if you can find a picture of them, but they, pretty much, if you go into their woods, they will take you because, you trespass on them, they'll trespass on you, is what they say. Like, that's a phrase I keep using. The only way to keep them, off, or like that thing that hurts them, is light and iron. This is what the Hallow looks like.
Okay, so yeah, I see that picture right here.
So it starts off with this guy is like wanting to talk to. He's like warning the main character that he shouldn't go in the woods, and he thinks it's just because he doesn't want him in the woods, but he's trying to help them. And I was like, when they said that, I was like, I knew that this movie had something with fairies, like that was a thing that someone's like, but yeah, I don't really want to spoil it because it's a newer movie and it's decent. People should watch it. It was like really well shot. Like that intro was like real beautiful. Like the just shots of Ireland.
Yeah.
But that's mainly because it was Ireland and not somewhere here like Detroit. Imagine that movie, but in Detroit.
Yeah, that was the other thing about the Hallow. They kept just showing like an overview of the island. It was just like all trees. It was kind of annoying. Like it just got annoying.
So the Hallow, like, they hear a crash. This is where you stopped watching, is when there was the crash, and then they thought it was the guy breaking in to scare them off. But then there's the black goop dripping on the baby, and that's because there's a thing in the attic, and that's like what the Hallow use. Like it was all over the engine. That's why he had to stop.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you first see the Hallow, like actually see them. There's one part where he takes a picture of the dark and it kind of shows it, but then you don't see it again. But when like they're trying to start the car up, and she turns around, she's looking at the back because she heard something, and she like keeps like doing something. She keeps turning when she turns the key, the lights go in the back, and she can see it that the car won't start. He's trying to pull all the stuff off the engine. Yeah. Puts his hand down there. She's like waiting. She's like, he's messing with it, and she's just like, turns it, almost gets his hand chopped off. It's pretty gruesome, like what happens to the main character. It's a lot of body horror.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the images, and I just see him like kind of
the picture with him with the eye patch.
Yeah,
thing on.
and his like face is like all
scratched,
scarred up there.
Yep,
yeah,
he's scratched. So they're running from the Hallow. They are throwing stuff at the car and it breaks, and the window, passenger side window, and something gets in his eye, and that's how he starts slow. Because the Hallow stuff, like I don't know they didn't call it anything, but it's like those ants that fungus that controls ants' brains. That's pretty much how they describe it in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
So that's what they start doing to him.
Oh, they start controlling him?
It starts slowly happening.
Oh.
But he still has control over himself.
Okay.
And then it's just them running from the Hallows for the rest of the movie.
Did they survive?
You have to watch them to find out.
I'm not gonna watch it.
It's a 2015 movie.
So
I don't want to spoil it.
You
You actually should watch it.
I'm not gonna end up watching it. You can tell me after.
Yeah. So I would give the Hallow 8 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10.
Pretty sure it got like a 5.4 on IMDb out of 10.
It has a 5.7 out of 10. But that's the thing with like these kinds of like indie, quote unquote, indie horror movies, is everyone expects like mainstream jump scare, blood, ghost. There's only one thing about the Hallow I didn't like, and it's after because there's a beginning credits part well, the end credits, beginning of the end credits, is like them showing the woods being chopped down. And after that part stops, it shows one of the Hallow running at the camera, like doing the spooky run at the camera that all horror movies do now. That's the only thing I didn't like, because I hate when movies do that, because it's real annoying, and they're trying to get a cheap jump scare in at the end. I don't know, I would suggest watching it. Do keep in mind it is slower at the beginning. Oh, excuse me. But it does pick up. I'd say like around the 40-minute mark it picks up, because that's when stuff actually starts kicking off. Yeah, so what would you rate The-Hallow?
I would give it... It's got a 3.5 out of 10 on
No shit.
IMDb.
Really?
Yeah. I would give it probably like a 5 or 6.
Alright.
Because it actually wasn't as bad as it sounded.
Yeah. I might watch. I think I had that in my Netflix queue, honestly, because of the picture. It
did catch my attention.
Yeah, I have that in my queue because of the picture.
It caught my attention a lot quicker than the Hallow did.
Yeah.
But I'll give you a warning. The sister Sarah is the most annoying person in the whole film, and she's there like almost the whole time.
Toy.
There's only like the beginning and other few parts that she's not in it.
Okay, so do you have next week's movie decided?
Oh, shoot. No, I don't. Hang on.
Well,
hang on.
I could choose one because I have a bunch of movies in my list. If you want a better review of the Hallow, go check out episode 48 of the Fright Day podcast. They actually talk. All three of them watched it, and they talk about it in depth. They spoil it, but that's like at the end they'll warn you and stuff. Check that out. Well, while you figure out what movie,
you can just give me one.
You want me to choose?
Yeah, you might as well.
Hellraiser 2. No. So I'm gonna say, do you want what kind of horror movie do you want? Do you want a like paranormal, monster, or people's?
I want something that's gonna actually like scare me, give me nightmares.
All right, I got a movie. What's it called? Shit. It's got. I'd either say, you know what? Fuck it, Pontypool. We're gonna watch Pontypool. It's between Pontypool. Is this movie not on Netflix anymore? Oh, the other movie I was gonna choose isn't even on Netflix anymore. So it's, yeah, Pontypool. Pontypool. 2008 movie about a radio guy who is being stalked. It's supposed to be real spooky. 6.7 out of 10 on IMDb. Let's see what the Rotten Tomatoes is. 83 on Rotten Tomatoes. So hopefully this one will keep you enthralled. Is that everything? You have anything you want to bring up?
No, that's it.
All right. Well, thank you for listening. Follow us on Twitter at Best Boys Podcast. Email us questions, bestboyspodcast@gmail.com. Rate and review us on iTunes if you could, please. And tell your friends. Thank you for listening, and stay spooky.